Hello and welcome. My name's Super Saiyan and this is your weekly news and pre-order video covering all of the new releases from Games Workshop. I want to say a warm welcome to all of you new subscribers. We're getting there. Just 700 more subscribers to get to 50,000. Big milestone for the channel. I want to say a huge thank you to everybody that supports the channel, all of you members that support the content, everyone on Patreon, and everyone that uses the Element Games affiliate link found in the description of all of my videos, where you can save yourself 20% off Warhammer. Use the crystal code so you can build up even more of a discount off your Warhammer goodness. Now, apologies, there wasn't one of these videos last weekend. I was working and today I'm not, so I'm able to give you this video. I hope you've enjoyed the Saturnine box set content. It seems to be pretty popular. I'm going to try and get the Mark II Veteran Squad review out to you soon, probably be Wednesday though, and I'll also give you a comparison between the new Liber Astartes army book and the old Liber Astartes book. It will be a three-parter, so there'll be a comparison between the units, a comparison between the legions, and then a comparison between the weapons. Let's get into today's video then. We'll look at the news first of all on the Warhammer community website right here, and if we just go to see all and we pop back, yeah, probably about 2 weeks ago, which would be about here. So we did have the pre-orders on the 2nd of August. And of course, that was the all of the Saturnine units available separately. So we had the Saturnine Praetor, very decent model, lots of options. It's just the cape at the back is a bit tricky to put together. And then the Centurion with Power Maul, again, that cape with the 11 contact points is very tricky to put together, and I don't think you've got an option not to put it on. The Terminators are lovely though, very nice minis. You just have to make sure you get the right leg poses for them. The Dreadnought is gorgeous. It's the best kit in the set. A lot of fun to build. It's a proper project, and you can magnetize the weapons and the chest weapons as well. I will not hesitate to pick up the Votann configured Dreadnought at some point. They also released the Saturnine Siege Dreadnought weapons individually, but they're not going to be available for third party, so you're going to have to pay the full, I think, £17-18 or whatever they are on Games Workshop's web store for like one sprue. The Mark II Veteran Squad with its disintegrators, interesting one this one, that they've released 10 Mark II Space Marines with one sprue of the disintegrators. They did release the Mark II Space Marine box set alongside the Saturnine box set, I believe, when that was first released, but now you can get hold of the disintegrators and the disintegrator weapons upgrade set as well. The Arachne Quad Accelerator platform, it's an alright model. It just goes together very quickly for the price, and again, you're not going to be able to pick that up from third party. You have to get that direct from Games Workshop. Bit of a shame. The Legiones Astartes drop pod, I have made some jokes about me picking this up. I wasn't able to pick it up. I might pick it up in the future to give you a comparison with the new one, but I've kind of already done that in a video, which I hope you enjoyed. But it's very similar to the old drop pod, but I don't think it has the missile, like the rocket pod in there. It just has the Stormbolter. A much preferable mini compared to the new one. You've got the Age of Darkness markers and tokens, which are just, you know, grey plastic tokens, really. Age of Darkness die set, and then the White Dwarf 515. Black Library, End of the Death Volume 3, I think that's in paperback. And then we've got another map. Here is where it will end map. Then Kingsblade, audiobook. And there's some officially licensed products by Wicked Brick display cases. So you can put your Legion on display with display cases. There are 18 Horus Heresy themed plaques. So if we just go there to have a quick look. All right, okay. So yeah, you can kind of display, wow, 3 pop-ups. Kind of display like all of your Saturnine or Horus Heresy minis. £120 for this one. The thing is, it's just going to take a fair bit of room. So if you've got a shelf or something, I guess it's a good idea to put them on display. Yeah, there's a couple of, they're very grim dark, aren't they? And then they've got smaller ones, and yeah, You've got ones for individual minis. The very next day, we had a Sunday preview. I didn't really cover this in a video so far, but essentially the Leagues of Votann have had their 10th edition refresh. Got a couple of codex there, and then this new mini Buri Aegneson. Is he wearing some kind of Tyrannid cloak? He's a sole survivor. He returns from the dead on 2+ once per game. So he's pretty much returning all the time. You've got Arcanist Evaluator, a Memir Strategist. Very Mechanicus looking, isn't it? That head, like the Castellan robots. Chthonian Earthshakers, Ironkin Steeljacks, the Capri, Combat Patrol Leagues of Votann, Leagues of Votann dice and data cards, Vulcan Hestan or Hestan, optional assembly with a helmet. So he's available separately, and then you've got the Combat Patrol Salamanders. Yeah, Salamanders-ish. The dice are lovely though. Look at that kind of golden yellow. 16 dice. I don't know, just something about 16 dice. I would prefer 20 in a pack. I think 20 is a nice round number. World Eater's Slaughterbound, so he is available separately. I didn't really get on well with that model. I like the Death Guard Lord of Poxes, but the best part of him, that massive kind of bladed weapon, is on the back of him, which sucks. You've got the Warhammer Commemorative Series Captain Centos, and celebrate Warhammer Store milestones arriving 9th of August. So yeah, my local store is Norwich, so if I want to get him, I'd probably have to pop down and get him. You've got Warhammer Old World Kingdom of Bretonnia made to order, so you've got a few of these. And then Black Library, Lords of Silence, illustrated and annotated edition. Lords of Silence has been out a while now by Chris Wright. It's very good. I'd recommend you read it, but it's now available in hardback. And then you've got the High Carl's Oath in paperback. And then Final Deployment, paperback, ebook, and MP3. Death Welder in French. And then a Tomy Necron Scarab plush. And then the final episode of Kill Lupercal, which is the best one. It's a shame there's only 3 episodes. Would have been nice if there were like 5 or 10. Without going into spoilers, it looks good. It's fine. It's just the kind of, maybe the animations and the CGI, I guess. I mean, this would look good 10 years ago, but now, yeah, it's looking dated. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe that's what they're going for, but yeah, 10 years ago it would have looked awesome. And imagine having this come out when the Warlord Titan was actually released. Questing Knights, Deep Strike, and Painting Desk, and that's it for kind of 2 weeks ago for the preview. We had Middle Earth strategy battle game King Helm and the first Middle Earth journal. So that looks like quite a nice mini. Couple of head options. Yeah, the War of the Rohirrim, they're really pushing this. It's good. Some fantastic minis out there. I would love to have picked it up. Then maximise your yields with the new Leagues of Votann army rules. Kill Team approved Ops 2025. The Rumour Engine, 5th of August. So yeah, this was a couple of weeks ago. I want to say Age of Sigmar, really, for that. Some kind of crested staff. Leagues of Votann reinforcements bring epic firepower and the greatest, shortest Tyrannid killer alive. And then Vulcan Hestan Forgefather. So a nice little story about him. It's a cool Warlord Titan there as well. Nice bit of artwork. For Joy Toy, you've got Perturabo. So I think they'll be going through all of the Primarchs. You've got Perturabo now. Very cool. 18 centimeters tall. We might as well have a look how much he is. He's £140. Oh, you can get a Razorback for 170. Get the helmet for 140. So yeah, Joy Toy are really releasing a lot. You got the Knight for 516. Magnus is sold out. Yeah, quite a few are sold out. You got a Predator there for 170. Watch the thrilling final episode of Kill Lupercal now. So I've talked about that. You've got a Wolf Priest, Triumph Praetorian, and Fallen Night Lord. Take the lead in the new Black Library books. So Kraken Blood by Mark Collins, Tomb World by Jonathan D. Beer, and The Remnant Blade. I'm not sure about the font of that. That looks a bit, well, it's lightning, isn't it? It's got a lightning claw by Mike Vincent. History of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Realmgate Wars, and then Middle-earth FAQ commentary on the new edition. Starting the Grey Knight's army in Warhammer 40k, everything you need to know. And then the new Codex lore, Understanding the Leagues of Votann, Anatomy of an Oathbound, Heroes of the First Founding, the Drake and the Hydra. So let me just have a look at that. So yeah. So a little short story there. Got the lore of the Ironkin, and then celebrate 10 years of Warhammer Age of Sigmar right here with some Hellsmiths and Hashut. So you can download some battle plans. Community painted Leagues of Votann, Saturday pre-orders, it's kin. So these were the pre-orders. I mentioned these in the preview. So you've got the Codex, you've got the Special Edition Codex, you've got Bury, Arcanist, you've got the Memir Strategist, the Chthonian Earthshakers, the Ironkin Steeljacks, the Capricus, the Combat Patrol, the Dice and the data cards, Vulcan Hestan, and the Combat Patrol for Salamanders, as well as the Dice, the World Eater Slaughterbound, the Death Guard Lord of Poxes, and Warhammer The Old World Kingdom of Bretonia made to order, and of course the Lords of Silence book, the High Carl's Oath, and Final Deployment, and then the plushie. So yeah, that was I think last week's pre-orders. The very next day, on the 10th of August, so this is last week Sunday now, so we're getting closer. Preview. So that was kind of Warhammer 40k, which is good. Gives us a bit of a decent break from Horus Heresy, and of course, a lot of the time that follows 40k, we've got Age of Sigmar, and in this case, we've got the Battle Tome for the Flesh Eater Courts. So there's the Battle Tome with the Gamers Edition book and the cards. I'd love to see some figures on how many of these game editions they sell, because they're like £50 for a much smaller paperback book and the cards. I mean, if you're really interested in a game and you play a lot, I think they're good. But yeah, I'd much rather have a hardback book anyway. Especially with these books, like the argument to say that the books are too big or that they're too heavy. They're only like 100 pages, and if you're looking around your big army, what's another like thin hardback book? Anyway, you also had this model, the High Falconer Felgrin. Looks quite cool. The Spearhead Charnel Watch. Unfortunately, you got the old Vargeists in there though. Oh, probably you've got two sets of the old Vargeists. You've got the Scarlet Jury, interesting judge there with intestines for his wig. You got the Flesh Eater Courts War Scroll cards and dice. Yeah, that makes sense with the nicely coloured dice there. It's kind of like a green putrid colour with red around it, and it's like a marbled red. Good dice, I like them. Battle Tome Nighthaunt. So again, like the Flesh Eater, these have been given the new release as well, with the Codex and the Gamers Edition book and cards. Lord Vitriolic, 'Vitriolic, 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 ' and then the Spearhead, Cursed Shackle Horde. and the Nighthaunt War Scroll cards and dice. I'm not sure about the dice though. Maybe they could have been like this kind of blue or green, like a teal colour maybe, instead of this dark blue. It's a bit odd. Abraxia, Spear of the Evan-Chosen, limited edition. I will get Abraxia at some point, the model. It looks quite nice. The Legend of Sigmar by Graham McNeil. And then Warhammer Plus, you got Lawmasters, Scrap Demon, and How We Roll. So that was last week, Sunday preview. Throughout this week, though, we had some Middle-earth strategy battle game. I'll try and pronounce this. Frealaf, or Frealaf, Hilderson and Olwyn arrive in Middle-earth. So these are them. Pretty cool. Let the abhorrents impart their powerful delusions upon you with the new rules for the Flesh Eater Courts. And then the Rumour Engine, 12th of August. Some kind of wolf thing, maybe. Maybe that's a tail. Again, probably Age of Sigmar. And then with the Nighthaunt, there's an article, Warhammer TV this week, Horus Heresy, double bill. 4 free episodes. Oh, so they talk about the rules. History of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Soul Wars and Broken Realms, and then find out which 3 Black Library books are getting the special edition treatment. Yeah, this is odd. Like, we're still getting new novels and things, but it seems like Black Library are just churning out the same, but fancier covers and things like that, which, for those that really have wanted to read the books, they probably would have read them by now. And yeah, I can't see that much of a market of buying the same book that you already have, but in hardback, unless like you're an avid collector or you're a massive fan of that book and that story. It just seems odd. This is why I've always said, if you're going to release your novels, release your special, your hard, and your softback all at the same time. And then they're out there, and have them available for a few years. Like, it's just a crying shame that we've got Horus Heresy 3.0, and yet we don't have the Primarch novels available. But anyway, so you've got this one here, which is Assassinorum Kingmaker. You've got Saints of the Imperium, and then you've got Voidsguard. Again, I lose track as well of which books I've got. I don't think I've got these. I'm not sure I've got Saints of the Imperium. No, I'm not sure which ones I've got. I don't think I've got Assassinorium. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting these books, I'd have a look at your bookshelf and just double check that you haven't already got them in paperback. Spearheads of Death, what's new for the Nighthaunt and Flesh Eater Courts. You've got the Knightly Bannermen, join a riotous bacchanal in the Flesh Eater Courts. Interview with the design director, Dawn of War Definitive Edition. I wish there were more articles about this. It seems like, the thing is, Dawn of War, back in, I want to say 2004, that was really like one of the games that got people into the hobby, much like Space Marine was, and now Space Marine 2. There are these milestone video games now and again that bring a whole new audience and customer base over to our hobby. And this was one such game, and I think there should have been more hoo-ha and noise about this. But yeah, this is available, the definitive edition. I like Dawn of War. That's pretty good. I'm a fan of real-time strategy games anyway, all the way from Command & Conquer to StarCraft and things. You've got the Catan Shard of the Nightbringer rises from his tomb. Now, this was like one of the big news articles of the week. I think this model is so cool. You know what? Necrons, for the most part, they're not too difficult to transport unless you're looking at like the monoliths and the obelisks and the void dragon. I mean, we've had the void dragon for such a time, a hard model to transport. So is the Silent King. So will the Shard of the Nightbringer. But that old model was such a cool model, and this one just takes it up. It dials it up to 100, and it's so cool. And I will definitely be picking this up. I probably would have preferred like less arm and less leg and more abs. But that's just me. I mean, I think showing the legs humanizes it a bit too much. Less is more. What you don't see, I mean, think of like Jaws, you don't see the actual shark that much. And I'm just thinking about this model. I don't know. I mean, if you guys like feet, then fair enough. There's some only toes for you. But yeah, I just think more cloak and more abs. And I'm not sure what's going on with this thing here. Whether the cloak is holding the scythe, and then there's like flames on it that are the same color as the cloak. That just wasn't needed. I don't think. I think you don't need that to even connect to the model. You could just have him connected with that arm, and it would have been fine. But yeah, I'm nitpicking. I am nitpicking. But I like the little scarabs. They're quite cool. So yeah, there he is going up against some of the minis from the new kill team, which have been leaked. Officially, they've been leaked. Unfortunately, this is the thing. Like everybody wants to know like what the big thing is and what the next thing is, and But as I've always said, there are costs. There were sometimes things are leaked intentionally, like the Saturnine stuff. Clearly, that was leaked intentionally. But Mortarion, like he didn't look that good. Like it was something about the colouring of the picture that kind of put quite a few people off. And then when the model was released and you had time to put him together and to look at him and things, actually really, really cool model. But yeah, this was a bit of a disappointment that it was leaked, because this new kill team doesn't come out until next year. Now next year, I guess, is technically 5 months away. But it's still almost half a year. Even if it comes out first thing in January, which I doubt, it might be like February, March, it's still half a year away. And to preview something half a year, people will forget. There's so many things. There's still the rest of the summer. There's still the holidays, Christmas, all those kind of things. Yeah, this is a long, long way into the future. But the models are very nice. I do like them. I will be picking this up if I can. You've got the Sisters of Battle, and then you've got the Night Lords. Yeah, nice to have like a beaky kind of Primaris. Be interested to see the size of these. Not that sure about the legs, like the mutations. I don't know. Have Night Lords ever been, fully converted like that before? That, to me, that just looks like someone has converted it or kit bashed it. That looks cool. He looks very cool. I'm not. Maybe. The claws look nice though. But yeah, we'll be picking this up anyway, because I think this offers more than the Tomb World. I like the Deathwatch Marines, but the Necrons are lacking. And then there's 3 question marks there, so maybe we'll get the second one leaked at some point. I would say on the whole, it's less desirable to have things leaked because of the time frame, really. It forces Games Workshop to bring out like articles like this to showcase them in full, so you do get a better look at them. But it means you're going to have to be waiting ages and ages and ages before you can actually pick them up. So that kind of hype of showing these and having a special trailer will die down in like a couple of weeks, let alone half a year away. Anyway, moving on. You've also got another Flesh Eater Courts article, and then a Revenant Draconeth, join the Mortarts of Death. That's quite cool. Ride roughshod over your foes and summon a gash. and then Chief Undead Officers, who's the best Mortarch to work in the Mortal Realm. So I've tried to keep this news preview quite short because it has been 2 weeks or so since I did one of these videos. So let's go on over to Games Workshop's web store and have a look at the new pre-orders and things today, and I'll talk a little bit about the Leagues of Votann too. Okay, so here we are on Games Workshop's web store, and there's a nice advert there for Flesh Eater Courts and Nighthaunt. It says Annihilate the Living. And if we scroll down a little bit, we've got those. We've also got Soulblight Gravelords and Ossiarch Bone Reapers. And then below that, we've got Leagues of Votann and some 40k things and Warhammer the Old World. So big push for Age of Sigmar. I think last week there was a big push for 40k. If we just click on new and exclusive and we go pre-orders and we just go high to low and have a look. So these were last week's pre-orders. So we had the Combat Patrol Salamanders for £100. Not too bad, that Combat Patrol. You had 20 miniatures, so one Adrax or Adrax Agatone, 1 Invader ATV, 3 Eradicators, 5 Assault Intercessors, and 10 Infernus Marines. You got the Combat Patrol Leagues of Votann for £100, and that consisted of 1 miniature less, 19 miniatures, 1 Einherr Champion, 3 Brockher Thunderkin, 5 Einherr Hearthguard, and 10 Harkin Warriors. So the new pre-orders today is the Spearhead Flesh Eater Courts, £87.50 now. So these are kind of like the Combat Patrols for Age of Sigmar. So this £87.50, you're getting 17 minis, 1 Abhorrent Gore Warden, 3 Crypt Flayers, 3 Crypt Horrors, and 10 Royal Beast Flayers. So yeah, you're pretty much getting 6 of the as a Vargeist. They're quite old minis now. They are getting on a bit. Then you've got the Spearhead Nighthaunt Cursed Horde. Yeah, and same price, £87.50. And you're getting 25 minis, 1 Spirit Torment, 2 Chain Ghasts, 2 Dreadblade Harrows, 10 Death Scythe Harridans, and 10 Bladegeist Revenants. You've also got Leagues of Votann Special Edition Codex. That was last week's pre-order, £65, and that consisted of 144 pages. So pretty thick, really, considering Votann's still relatively new. Been out a few years now, but you've got the Regiment of Renown, the Scarlet Jury, £55 for these. Apparently, it's not found, so there we go. You got the Death Battle Tome. It's £50 for the Gamers Edition. Again, you're getting a smaller softback edition of the Codex, and you're getting the cards for £50. It is online only, so you can only get it from Games Workshop. You can't get a discount with this one, unfortunately. Yeah, it would have been nice to get it for £40. I think that's a bit more reasonable, but 50. Same for the Nighthaunt. You've got the Gamers Edition. And then you've got Abraxia, Spear of the Everchosen. £40 for this hardback book. It's a special edition, but if I do open a new tab, unfortunately not found again. The Capricus, though, £37.50 for this mini. This was last week's pre-order. 79 plastic components. It's not too many, considering it's almost £40. You got the Death Battle Tome Flesh Eater Courts. £37 standard sort of price for codexes now, and battle tomes. This is less than 100 pages though. It's 98 pages for this one. And then the Nighthaunt, I'm thinking it's more. Yeah, 106 pages for the Nighthaunt one. Then the Codex Leads of Votann, £37. I've already discussed that's 144 pages though. That was last week's pre-order. The Ironkin Steeljacks, £37 for 3. Out of stock, so I guess they were quite popular last week. You got 3 minis, 82 plastic components. Not too bad for that price point. Then you've got the Chthonian Earthshakers. These kind of like, we need a computer to confirm that I'm human for this one. Let's begin. Right, curtains. There we go. We are speed running this. That was successful. Okay, so now we can look at these Chthonian Earthshakers. So you've got to be a human to view these Earthshakers. £35.50, and obviously consists of like two minis, I guess. 87 plastic components. Yeah, these kind of like fire mortars, these mole type weapons underground, and they pop up and explode. That's quite cool. I don't know how they do that, like their targeting and where they go, because they just look like time capsule containers. I mean, he's got some kind of targeting thing, but where's the transmitter? Where's he getting that feed from? Basically, that's what I'd like to know. Anyway, Vulcan Hestan, that was last week. £28. Yeah, standard for Space Marine character as well. And he's got some nice rules. So 16 components. It's quite straightforward. We've got the Slaughterbound out of stock for the Slaughterbound and out of stock for the Lord of Poxes. I guess they were really popular. Yeah. And it's been a while since they were out in their box sets. But yeah, £26 for these. The Slaughterbound, he consists of 25 plastic components. So that's more than £1 per piece, if you want to look at it that way. And the Lord of Poxes, same price, but consists of way fewer, way fewer. 10 components less, 15 plastic components. I think he is overpriced. He's not like a character or anything. He should be nowhere near that £28 price point. He should be like £22 or so, given his size, given his number of components, given his rules probably. New Death Guard Codex, I don't own it, but I'm pretty sure there'll only be one new unit in there, and that'll be him. So yeah, that's a bit of a shame, his price point, and well, he's out of stock, so it didn't stop anybody else. But you could turn any one of your Death Guard into a Lord of Poxes, proxy them. Muri Ignissen, £26. He was last weekend. And he consists of 13 plastic components. Wow, so even fewer for him. I do like his Tyranid kind of cloak, though. Yeah, the Death Watch will be very interested in him. High Falconer Felgrin, so this is another pre-order for today. £25, and yeah, although you get like 2 minis, I don't think this is too bad. But yeah, hardly any components for these. 14. I wonder if that bat is literally like just two components, or whether it's just one. But yeah, that's him. Quite a nice model though for your Flesh Eater Courts. You've also got Lord Vitriolic, £25, and he consists of 11 plastic components. Very small number of components. Lovely paint job on that flask though, absolutely incredible, with the bubbles and the glass effect. Yeah, the paint jobs are amazing. You got Lords of Silence hardback book, sold out though, unfortunately. Yeah, £25, illustrated and annotated. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I bet that's really cool. But yeah, £25 for that one by Chris Raitt. You got Knight of Shrouds, £24 for him, and 5 components for £24. Is this like the most expensive, fewest part miniature they've ever produced? Like that's it for £24. Wow. Yeah, back in the day, this would have been like £5, maybe £6 at a push in metal. But yeah, £24 for that. And it was brought out 7 years ago. That sprue says 2018. I mean, that sprue literally must cost them 20p, 30p, if that. So the amount of profit they're making off that 7-year-old sprue for £24, that is insane. Arcanist Evaluator, £24. Yeah, it's got a different head option or helmeted version. 13 plastic components there. Okay. Then a Memir Strategist, that was last week too. £24 for this chap. Do you get any options though? I don't think so. 13 plastic components for him. You've got the War Scroll cards, Flesh Eater Courts, £20.50. The cards for the Nighthaunt, datasheet cards for Leagues of Votann, they're all the same price. And then you've got all their dice. So you've got the Flesh Eater Courts for 19, Nighthaunt dice for 19, the Salamander's dice for 19, which are very nice. Leagues of Votann dice sold out, 19. £19 for all of these, and they're 16 dice. It won't be long before we get 10 dice, and it'll be 20 quid, or probably more. Legend of Sigmar paperback, £17. High Carl's Oath paperback for £9.99, and then Final Deployment for £9.99. So that's it for the pre-orders. I think I've covered, the Leagues of Votann from last week, and yeah, this week is mainly just Age of Sigmar with Flesh Eater Courts and Nighthaunt. I'd like to see what's available next week. That will be good. Maybe we're going to get the Fellblade finally after weeks and weeks and weeks. We'll have the Fellblade to pre-order to next weekend. And you know what Games Workshop will do? They won't just have the Fellblade, they'll have the Mark II Assault Marines, and they'll have the Breacher Squad as well, which, yeah, I'd rather than pace that, but historically, they like to just release everything in one go. But we'll see, we'll find out tomorrow at 6 p.m. I always post what's on the preview on my Instagram account, so yeah, check that out, and yeah, you'll see the preview there. What do you guys think of all of the news and the previews, like the Kill Team box set and the Nightbringer? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down below. It'd be good to hear from you. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.